Testimony Unplugged wouldn't be Testimony Unplugged without testimonies being shared. I remember last year when my parents called me and they said things have become a little bit hard home, and it's been hard to get by with certain things home. And I remember my dad in particular saying my strength is failing me to do certain projects that I usually do to make ends meet. And as a daughter, I'm the firstborn of the family. You know, it's every desire of every child to see their parents get to enjoy the fruit of their labor, everything that they labored to make sure that you grow up in such a way, you get a job and you're successful. It's a desire of every child to see that they also, you know, in some way help back to see that their parents get to enjoy the benefits of their labor. And so I began to cry out to God, saying, I'm in a position where I'm also trying to figure out life and get by. What am I going to do? My siblings are equally looking up to me, to ensure that I help them out there and there. I continued to seek the face of God. You know one thing about my father, for him to pick up a call and tell you such news that and I continued to seek God, saying, Lord, you know my current situation. I'm not working, I'm not doing anything that I can use to help them out home. I will continue believing in you. And I remember we had our midweek service back home at my church, and I couldn't but just cry out to God and say, Lord, what am I going to do? 2 weeks after my father called me, he called back again. He kept on calling and calling, and I couldn't understand. And we were laughing about it and my siblings that maybe there's something that we've done, because he keeps calling and calling. So I told him, let me just pick up the call, because it was late at night, and let me just pick up the call and find out what is really going on. And he called me all excited and saying, can you believe it? I received some money that I wasn't expecting. Huge money that even I couldn't fathom. Money that we were not expecting, from a place that we were not expecting it would come from. And he was all excited, and I was like, my children, this is more than enough for me to finish my building project, to tackle every family project that we have. And there is much much more left for us to serve. At that moment, I took a deep breath, knowing that God had come through for them, and I needed not to worry what are they eating, how they woken up today. Just that gesture, knowing that God brought provision from a place we did not expect, really touched my heart. You know, most of the times as believers, we don't get to hear God because we're too much focused on what is not happening. I do not have money. I do not have a job. But we forget to realize that we have a dependable God who we can focus on and say, I have this being who is actually alive, who I can, build my confidence in and say, God will provide for me. Yesterday Brother Solomon was telling us, saying, many times we don't get to see many breakthroughs because we're focused on the problem and leaving out God. But I want to encourage somebody out there. Yes, I'm not saying we shouldn't think about how how am I going to perform at work tomorrow, but let's make God be the center of it all. From yesterday's encouragement, I got marveled that if God took time to beautify a flower, or give an example of a flower, He took time to beautify it, make sure that the birds in the morning sing songs, such beautiful melodies. How much more would God go to lengths to take care of each one of us? The very fact that He made each one of you from His image. You are His being. How much more would He take care of you if He can make sure that every tree is standing every day so that we can have enough oxygen for us to breathe? How much more will He take care of you? You who is a part of Him. That's how much precious you are to God. So this afternoon, I want to encourage somebody out there. You are on God's agenda. The very fact that you are alive today and present in this room means you are on God's agenda. If you were not, you would have probably been gone by now. But He knows what you need. He knows what you desire. All He wants to know is that you are able to build your confidence in Him, to trust in Him, knowing that you will have your breath next morning. You have something to live on next moment. Shere ba 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 ba. Baba